Hello, whiskey lovers, and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. And this is a bit of a special one because for the very first time ever, I will be trying a single malt from Russia. I didn't even know they created single malt in Russia. I didn't know, but apparently the Kemlya, if I pronounce that right, Kemlya distillery is operational already since 1828, although the production of whiskey is much more recent because their first release was only out there in 2022. Anyway, this is produced at the Kemlya distillery, which is, basically halfway between Moscow and Samara, but that's still, Russia is a big country. This is produced, this is basically a vatting of two bourbon casks of their single malt, only 3 years old, but then it's going to finish on what they call bog oak. And bog oak is basically oak that is created from partially petrified wood, to be honest. Petrified wood because it comes from swampy grasslands, and hence the name black oak. Now, let me check. This is bottled at 51.3% ABV. You could say cask strength because you are allowed to call it a single cask, in Scotland at least, even if it's only a vatting of two casks. A bit of a weird regulation, maybe, but that's just the way it is. So the Kemlya Black Oak, 51.3% ABV, and this was a gift from my good friend Kit. So Kit, хорошо, спасибо. Let's give this Black Oak a little try. It's got this bright golden color, not too dark. Well, it's a bourbon cask after all. Let's find out if this is any good on the nose. Well, to be frank, it's surprisingly dry. It's actually devoid of any sweetness. What I do get is leathery notes, clear grainy notes and woody notes, in fact, molded wood. A bit of a cow shed in the back there. And even some seaweed. It's interesting, don't get me wrong, this is very intriguing, but I wouldn't call it earth-shattering and being devoid of any sweetness whatsoever. It might be considered a bit, difficult, to be honest. Right, on the palate. I get the same on the palate, although now there is a slight sweet note, some vanilla maybe, some ginger, clear notes of licorice. It's better than the nose suggested, but to be honest, it's still quite dry, and it remains a bit difficult. It's a bit, maybe a tad umami, I'm not entirely sure, but it is dry, not as sweet as could be expected, and quite maybe a bit harsh, if I'm honest. Nevertheless, intriguing, come on, let's face it. A Russian single malt, that's not something you get to try every day. But it's not earth-shattering at all. On the finish then. That finish is long, but very dry and even a tad salty. So, wow, like I said, it's interesting. Yes, it's intriguing. Is it a must-try? It's a tad too dry and salty to my taste, not sweet enough, and there's not enough going on there. But then again, this is very young as well. Nevertheless, quite intriguing. And a big shout out again to my good friend Kit for this beautiful gift that he brought from Russia. Thank you very much, sir. Quite an intriguing single malt indeed. And I'm not sure if it's even available in my neck of the woods. But if you're ever at a festival and you can give it a try, why not? A Russian single malt, the Kemlya Black Oak. And that, my friends, is all for this Whiskey Rambling. And I hope to see you at one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings real soon. And until then, das vedanya. May the malt be with you. Bye-bye.